Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord and our unmodded playthrough. Now you may notice that I'm being a little bit quieter today, and there's a very good reason for that, because it is extremely late where I am. It is very, very late, in fact, and so I'm gonna have to be a little bit quieter here, just purely for the fact that I live very nearby to a lot of other people, and I'm talking neighbors here. And of course my voice is kind of bassy, and I kind of have to try and reduce the volume a little bit, just to be some, a little bit of consideration for other people, at least while it's, pretty late. Anyway, so we're going to go here. We're going to sell all of my prisoners and gain some nice roguery skill. We're actually going to be going into the tournament here in just a second as well. The prize is actually a pair of reinforced padded mittens, so that's going to be quite nice. But anyway, we're going to have a little bit of an ASMR episode on our hands here, and I'm hopeful that what we'll be able to do is, after we've done this tournament, if I can achieve victory, of course, we'll then head onward to a nearby village. And the village itself is actually quite important, because if I can raid that village, I will be able to gain a very significant amount of iron, and then I can take that iron and I can sell it at Cyrenea, and then we'll be in a really good position to be able to potentially afford a workshop of some kind. Anyway, let's take a bet here, and then we will continue onward. Okay, so here we go. This is a very large battle to do here. And maybe, oh no, come on, get him, sir, get him. Yeah, it's not going so well. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm actually beating this guy off the bat. I can't believe it. Did you see that? I actually beat him in terms of speed. Can't believe that, to be honest. Oh, yeah, this guy's beating me. Okay, I've got to be a bit careful. Oh, no, there we go. Wow, my guy, look at this. It's an Imperial Cataphract. Of course it is. An Imperial Cataphract is always going to be super powerful in straight up combat, and that's the point, Anytime you have a really high tier unit on your side, you're gonna pretty much easily win, unless you just sit back and let them, well, die, I guess. Anyway, let's see if we can maybe do something here. I'm gonna try and stab him. Yeah, nice. Oh, that was a bad hit on my part. That was a really bad hit. Did you see that? I tried my hardest to try and get this guy in a... Oh. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to sit back a little bit. And he's... There we go. Nice. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. Okay, come on, Imperial Cataphract. Surely you can hit that guy from over here. Don't get killed by whoever this is. Oh, there's two of them. Are you serious? This is bad. This is really bad. Oh, nice hit. Nice hit, sir. Very good. Oh, yes, he's got the wall. He's got the wall against him. He can't use long sweeping attacks too easily. Nice shield bash. There we go. Another shield bash. Yeah, there we go. Try and daze him. Try and daze him as much as possible. Oh, he's got blood in one eye. He can't see anything. Come on now. Shoot him. Yes. Okay, this is actually kind of bad. You know what I should have done? I should have actually circled around to the right and made the Legionnaire have his other side facing towards the Imperial Cataphract, where his unshielded portion was. That would have been the better strategy there, because it would have enabled him to hit him just that much more easily. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Oh no, the Imperial Cataphract has a ranged weapon again. Oh, really? That was a bad hit. Okay, come on now. Get him. Come on, Imperial Cataphract. You could do this. Oh, nice. There we go. Okay. That was actually kind of close, in my opinion. I feel like I was just very close to death. There we go. That guy was not really wanting to block, was he? He really wasn't. Alright, so there we go. Now we're in a 1 versus 1 situation with the Cataphract. And I've come across many of these situations before, and let's just say that I didn't do very well. So I'm actually kind of hoping I might do quite well here. I'm trying to go for the overheads. Oh, nice. Oh, double hit. Yes. There we go. Oh my. Wow, he's taking so much damage. I don't know whether he knows that he's taken so much damage. Now he's dead, so he might know about it, but, well, you have to ask him later if we run across him in the underworld or wherever he ended up. Anyway, there you go. Some reinforced padded mittens for us. Actually a very nice upgrade, because we did get an upgrade in the previous episode, actually. And this helm's pretty good. You know, I feel like the helm is pretty nice. So let's see. It is not as impressive as I anticipated, but we do get to give a nice upgrade to Normand here, which I think is pretty nice. And we can also give him a nice little leather coif there for him too. So that's a little bit of an upgrade. And is there anything else here that I can really give him that is actually kind of decent? Seems like he's already using an Imperial Spear, isn't he? Okay, so some people have actually said to me that I can go into the blacksmith and I can sell, well, shall we say, I can smelt down my weapons and then sell the raw materials. And yes, absolutely, I know about this. I know about this strategy, and yes, that's absolutely fine. But I don't really want to go to the trouble of waiting a huge amount of time for my stamina to restore itself. I know a bunch of people have told me that the stamina takes about maybe 2, 3, 4 hours to replenish itself, but I just feel like that time investment is just too, I don't know, it feels too annoying to me to actually do that at the moment, and I would much prefer to spend our time doing something else that could be more worthwhile. For example, raiding a village, or going around trading a little bit, or something like that. And that's not to say that that is a bad idea, because the smithing is actually very lucrative, and it's a great idea. You know, it's a great idea if you have a little bit of time to kill and you have a whole bunch of weapons and you've got a lot of hardwood. And speaking of the hardwood that I gained in the previous episode, what I should have done with that hardwood is I should have turned it into charcoal. That would have sold for a lot more, but again, it's to do with the smithing thing, and usually I'm not a big fan of smithing unless I'm going to go super hard into smithing, and unless I have like a mod installed or something like that, because personally I feel like unmodded, the smithing skill is, I'm not going to say lackluster, but I'm going to say lackluster, because at the moment it's kind of tedious. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that it could use improvement. You know, it could use improvement, because as it stands at the moment, basically how it goes is you make, like, I don't know, you smelt, or you make a weapon, or you make some, you know, conversions of resources, and you do that like, I don't know, 5, 6 times, and then you have to rest. And I don't mind the resting. I think resting is absolutely acceptable, because most of the time, you know, you're going to need to rest. You know, that's just how it goes sometimes. You know, people need to rest, they need sleep and everything. But the thing is that this is technically a game, and if you want to be realistic, then I don't think that that's the way to go. In my opinion, I don't think that's the way to go, at least. So in my opinion, I feel like it should have more energy or no energy limit whatsoever, because you're limited by your resources then in that case. And I personally feel like if you're limited by your resources, and maybe they change the cost to reflect that, then it makes more sense in that respect. Obviously, I personally feel like there should be a limit of some kind, but I'm thinking how some mods do it is pretty good. So for example, I think Bannerlord Tweaks actually does something where it increases the stamina to a max of 400, and I think that that's actually kind of good, because a 400 smithing maximum is enough for you to actually get some stuff done in a smithing way, you know. So you're gonna, you know, I don't know, convert some resources. So you're gonna convert some hardwood to charcoal, and then you're gonna smelt down a couple of weapons, and then maybe make a weapon, you know, maybe make a weapon, and that could be, you know, pretty cool. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When I looked at this before, this was not a friendly village. It seems like this castle was just taken. Yes, it seems like it was just taken. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I will change my my strategy then. I'll change my plan. My plan was to actually go over there and get some, well, much needed iron ore and try and sell it to Cyrenea. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would make a huge amount of sense. But unfortunately, it seems as though that is not really going to happen. Oh yeah, a bunch of people told me that I need to get some. I need to get some infantry, and yeah, absolutely. I hear you loud and clear. I'm just trying to do kind of like a pure archer build in the first portion of the game, because the archers in general are going to be super effective against looters of basically all kinds, because most looters do not have shields with the exception of sea raiders, and we're not really having much opportunity to fight sea raiders at this point. So that's generally the reason why I'm going for archers here. There's always a reason why I do something, even if I may not explain it. So I apologize if that didn't come across, but that's just how it was going for me. Anyway, so I'm going to raid this village, and we're going to... Oh my, there's actually 76 militia. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to raid this village. I am not going to raid this village. Okay, I might raid this one. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. I'm just like, 76 defenders? Yes, I probably won't do that. But the one with 25? Okay, yes, I'll probably do that one instead. That is kind of hilarious. Yeah, that seems a little bit easier for us. Because let's face it, 76, I'm probably going to end up basically dying in that respect. So yeah, probably just want to avoid that village for the moment. Okay, let's have a look at where the enemy is. Okay, so the enemy is coming from over there. Let's get my archers into a decent position right there. And I don't really think I should be doing anything with my cavalry, to be honest. I'm just going to leave my cavalry alone. And if the enemy starts to converge on our infantry or something like that, then I will try to get them into a decent position here. Yeah, I still need to get much better with my crossbow. I feel like what is happening right now is I am playing it like a regular bow, and that's always going to be my problem going forward, because I have been playing with Byron so incredibly much that I'm like, oh, it's a bow. You know, I need to fire it exactly the same way, but no, can't do that. So I'm going to have to be a little bit more aware of the arrow drop, or the bolt drop in this case. That's going to make all the difference in my accuracy. But as you can see, everyone seems to be fleeing now. We lost a grand total of 5 recruits, which is not a big deal whatsoever, and we're going to be able to level these guys up. They level up really fast as well, so there really is no need to really worry about if we lose, you know, a huge amount of units in a particular fight. It's very early game, and me losing, I don't know, half of my army or even 90% of my army at this point is not really mattering at all. It really does not matter. I've played enough of Warband, and indeed going to be playing enough of Bannerlord to know that that is not a big deal. So you can be reassured that even if we were to lose 90% of our army, it does not matter. It really does not matter. Oh, this might matter. This might matter quite a bit. He has... Oh, never mind. Ooh. All right. I'm kind of doing the Mr. Burns thing, you know, from The Simpsons. I'm kind of going like, oh, excellent, you know, because this guy only has 17 nomads, and then the remaining units are novices, veterans, and champions. The champions are going to be quite difficult, but let's actually just see whether is he going in here? Is he going to attack? No. As you can see, he is definitely not coming in to attack here. Now, the cool thing that we are currently getting is we're currently getting a whole bunch of wool, and we're getting sheep as well. Now, the one thing that we do have to be very careful of, however, is the fact that this guy right here, this guy running around right now, if he gets any backup whatsoever, he's going to attack us immediately. And we have to be very careful of that. We do not want to be in a situation where we are weighed down by a huge amount of sheep and wool and cheese and grain and whatever else we're getting, and then all of a sudden a massive army comes out of nowhere. But it's highly unlikely that they'll want to stop such a small party such as ours. So it's a good idea that we can just move on from here. Going to get some infantry finally. Yes, going to get some infantry finally. And let's get some of these guys. I love these Imperial Sergeant crossbowmen. I personally feel like they are probably my favorite unit out of the Empire units, with the exception of the Palatine Guards. I think the Palatine Guards are really, really good as well. Anyway, we're just going to level those guys up, and then we'll be moving onwards. I kind of wish that those guys did not have so many defenders. Wish there was maybe a way that we could kind of counter the amount of defenders in a particular village or something like that. I'm not entirely sure if there is any way to do that. Okay, so there is actually nothing going on here as well with Barney II. Kind of surprised that we have not leveled anything up. I kind of need to get into one-handed fights much more often rather than relying on my crossbow. I need to do a little bit more one-handed fight and try and get in there a little bit more. Speaking of that, there's actually 20 looters. Might be an idea to go over there and see what's going on. We have to be careful though, because I think the Crusade are relatively close by. And we've got some sheep over there as well. It's actually kind of ironic that I'm not really playing a raiding character either. I'm not playing a raiding character whatsoever, but I am raiding pretty much just as much, if not more, than my bandit specialization character. So it's kind of weird. Kind of weird. I guess I could do some trading as well, though. And that might be kind of advantageous for us. But anyway, in this particular battle, what I'm going to do is we're going to get our people into a fantastic position. This is just an absolutely wonderful positioning for our archers, and I would be very surprised if the enemy is even able to get close to us. But what I would like to do is maybe do a little bit of damage with my one-handed after I've shot a little bit. Oh, nice head. Oh, well, actually not a headshot. But we got a really, really nice hit in the neck of our opponent. And, oh, nice. Yeah, okay, never mind. Scratch the whole one-handed weapon thing. I don't need to do the one-handed weapon thing because I can just, shoot my crossbow, and there's a nice victory for us. Instant victory, basically. Very nice to see that. And, oh, wow, did we just get 400 gold? I think we just got 400 gold. That's pretty nice. Okay, so is there anything else here that I can actually use? Nope, doesn't seem like it. All right, that is absolutely fine. Okay, so Onira is really, really close by. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a quick look and see whether maybe Danustica might have better prices for the wool. And if they do, then obviously I'll head over there. But otherwise, we're just going to sell all of this stuff. I mean, there might be something good here for me. It doesn't look like it. I mean, there might be something good for this fellow. Maybe a spear of some kind. Yep, there we go. As you can see, this spear might be... Is it better, though? Is it better? Because here's the thing. Every single stat, with the exception of length, is worse on his current one. I'm not entirely sure. Because generally, with a spear, you're mostly going to be looking at the length. And that's pretty much it. So, not entirely sure if I'm doing him a disservice by giving this to him, but I guess we'll just leave it on him and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with my shield at the moment. We'll just sell the rest. And what about some of this for Normand? Because I think we've had a look with Barney already. So is there anything else here for him? Nope, there isn't. All right, that was wonderful. 1,200. We're almost, well, I was going to say we're almost at the time when we can actually buy an enterprise, but I actually forgot to sell my goods. So let's actually go in there and see exactly what's going on with our goods. Okay, so wool is actually 33 here. They've got quite a bit. We can sell it at Dunglanis for 63. And you have to remember that we also did get all of this for free. All of this is absolutely free. I'm going to be locking all of this stuff as well, just to make sure, although most of this stuff is going to be consumed over time anyway, so it's not really a big difference. Anyway, let's take a look at the meat prices. No, I'm just going to sell the sheep here. Dunglanis, is that actually close by to me? Something tells me no. It's probably all the way over here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah. Super far away. All right, well, I think I'm going to go over to Danustica and we'll see if we can do something there. Oh, wow. Do you see what happened here? The Southern Empire just had a massive defeat. Huge amounts of vassals were taken prisoner by the Crusade, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Southern Empire is going to be on the back foot for most of the time going forward, which is actually going to be super bad for us. I'm just going to sell the wool here because I'm not really going to make the effort to go all the way over to Dunglanis or anything like that. So we did gain about 900 gold extra from the raid. It feels like raids are super, super good to do because the initial attack gets you some loot, and then the actual raiding itself gives you some loot, and I feel like it's just so very good. So I guess that's kind of nice. And anyway, I'm going to go in here and see if I can buy some. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, I'm just going to buy the silver ore for 2,400. We're going to be able to sell it at Onira for a small profit. Small profit, not really too bad. But just remember that we spent 2,400 here, and I'm going to be selling it. Yeah. Yeah. The depreciation is exactly what has made this a little bit interesting now, because I'm going to have to go over to Cyronea and potentially sell the silver ore there as well. And that's the point. You've got to be very careful when you're doing trading to not get yourself trapped in investing in too much of a particular resource. In other words, I should not have spent so much money on the silver ore at that point. That really made a pretty huge difference. I'm actually looking for a tournament if at all possible, because getting a tournament could be kind of nice. You can get some pretty good stuff from it. Maybe there'll be something at Onira actually. I do have a pretty significant army at the moment as well, so what I could do is we could go into a fight against a smallish vassal like the one that we saw actually. I could have potentially fought him, but we were kind of damaged at the time. Well, he's probably not going to be there anymore, is he? Probably not. Anyway, let's do this. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what the prize... Oh, no, the prize is actually a pretty decent helmet, and I could probably give that to Normand. I'm sure he'd be pretty happy with that. This is a grand melee. I have been given some thrown weapons. Well, this is not really going to work out too well for me. Ah, get him. Oh dear. Oh, headshot. Headshot. Did you see that? That was real painful. Okay, so yeah, we're part of the blue team. We only have an Imperial crossbowman remaining. I highly doubt we will be able to... Yeah, no way. No way. We're not going through to the next round as far as I'm aware. We were the first team to be eliminated. Giving me throwing weapons in this kind of situation, not a good idea. Not a good idea. But yeah, it seems like the people that were on the mounts are definitely making the most of it. And I wouldn't be surprised if the guy on foot actually ends up winning. What do you think? He might. But here's the thing. We've only spent 150 gold, so it's not really a big deal. But there you go. Oh, look, he's taking him off his mount now. And I think the guy in the armor now will win, probably. Because generally, this is kind of hilarious. Oh, nice hit. Nice hit from the unarmored fellow. Oh, nice hit from him too. Okay. These kinds of matches are always extremely funny because it's just like, okay, who's going to win? Who's going to win the poking match? Oh, there we go. Yep, as I thought. Yeah, the Imperial militia certainly not going to win that. But there you go. we have to leave now. But yeah, it's a grand melee. I was given thrown weapons. Yeah, not really going to work. But again, this is the point. It is not a big deal whatsoever. This is so early on in the game, and if this if we continue with our success here, it's going to be a very long playthrough. So just bear that in mind. Anytime you're playing a Mount and Blade game, it is all about a marathon. You're not running a sprint, you're running a marathon. So you got to be a bit more, thoughtful about that whole thing. Oh, silver ore is selling for massive amounts here. Oh yes, there we go. Get me my money back. Thank you very much. Let's buy some grain here as well. We can actually buy some clay. It's not really doing that well elsewhere. Danustica's not doing very well there. And you know what? I'm not going to do another tournament here. I feel like it's just not worth it because I'm not particularly good with my current proficiencies. Ooh, very nice. We've actually... we gained a level. This is great. Okay. So I know I did say that I was going to spend more in charm, and I suppose I should. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm much better at athletics than actually being on a horse. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to level up our athletics skill here at the moment as well, because what I can currently do is take my horse off. And someone actually mentioned that in the comments, and I have forgotten to do that the entire time, and I could have been leveling up my athletics so much faster, but I have been a bit negligent in that regard. But anyway, we're almost to a point where we will be able to afford a workshop, and that's exactly what we want to do. And bear in mind that my army is looking pretty good, actually. I've got some tier 5 units, got some tier 4 units, and we're starting to level up some archers as well as some infantry too. And I think very much so that we will probably be able to attack some vassals in the next episode. At least I can cross my fingers and hope that we might be able to do that. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.